This video proudly brought to you by Touchdown Digital. That's touchdowndigital.com.au. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Glenn Semley and you're watching Sniper Photography. Today something a little bit different. I'm now doing a segment here each week on Sniper Photography titled Ask Sniper Photography. It's where people send in questions regarding their photography, anything from wanting to know this, wanting to know that, learning about photography. And we're going to start off today with a question that's been sent to me by a gentleman by the name of Tom, and he has asked a very fairly straightforward but really good question. And that question is, "Hi Glenn, I wonder if you can help me. I want to, in the near future, enter into photographic competitions where my work or my images will be judged by photography judges." And he goes on to say that that he doesn't know whether he needs to specialise in one type of photography or one genre of photography, or to just generalise or general photography. Well, there's two parts to this, and I'll answer Tom as best as I can. So this is the structure of these videos, where people send in questions to me and I answer them on Ask Sniper Photography once a week or thereabouts. Well, Tom, the simple answer for this is that, well, there's two parts. First, there's the specialised photographer. Now, a specialised photographer or a special photographer is, he or she is somebody that specialises in one genre of photography. They it could be anything. It could be macro, seascape, landscape, portraiture, child photographs, you know, all types of photography, but they pick one genre and they specialise in it. That's what we call specialist photography, or specialist photographer, where they specialise in one thing. We turn the page and we go over to the photographers that generally photograph everything. They're called generalists. They're generalist photographers. They're not like specialist photographers, where a specialist photographer participates in one genre. A generalist photographer tends to photograph lots of things. Now, my personal opinion for you, Tom, would be probably to give yourself a good chance, would be to specialise in a genre that you're very interested in. In other words, if you're interested in macro or landscape or seascape or whatever the case may be, specialise in that one genre of photography. That way you'll spend more time refining your craft, the art and the science of that genre. Or you can be a generalist and photograph everything that you like or everything that you see. Now, there's pros and cons for both. We'll start with the specialist photographer, the pros and cons for that type of person or that type of photographer. Now, he or she will gain a lot of experience by just specialising in one genre of photography, where they can spend their time, all their energy, and refine their craft and use their skill set. Now, that's an important word, Tom, skill set. You will perfect your skill set on that one genre of photography. Now, the cons to this is that you're limiting yourself to one type of photography. You're just limiting yourself to that one genre. And some people don't like that. They become more generalist photographers. But to answer your question, in my personal opinion, I believe you're better off focusing on one type of photography. As I said, where you can spend time and you can refine the craft and work on your set skills. So that's the pros and cons of becoming a specialist photographer. But turn the page, we go back to generalist. The pros and cons of generalism is that they get to see a lot of things. They open their eyes up to a lot of genres, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's a good way to learn. However, the cons to this is that you don't spend enough time on one subject or one genre. You're trying to cover all bases, and in actual fact, it's not really a good way to grow as a photographer. Basically, I think you need to find one subject and stick to it for a certain amount of time until you think you've perfected it. But if you want to stay in the generalist rule of photographers, well then you need to spend time with each genre, and that'll take longer. But it's not really, to become really good at photography, I believe you should specialise in one certain aspect of photography. Yes, I know you will become a good photographer by photographing many other things, but to give yourself an even chance, specialising in one genre is, I believe, far superior than just going out and photographing everything, especially when you first start photography. You need to really knuckle down and get that skill set right, and you can do that more proficiently with just studying one genre of photography. So that's it, Tom. I hope you can take something away from that. I hope I've asked or answered your question. For anybody else that wants to participate in this video where I answer questions, which is called Ask Sniper Photography Questions, please feel free to put your questions down below, or you can contact me and I'll put my contact links at the bottom of this video. This is just a new thing that I'm trying to do here at Sniper Photography on YouTube. So tell me and let me know what you think. Put your comments down below. Do you specialise in one genre of photography, or are you a generalist? It'll be nice to know, because if you let me know, well then I can get ideas from your answers or your comments for future videos, and especially if people ask me questions along the same lines that Tom did. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Put them down below and I'd certainly get back to you as soon as I can. Now, as I always say, thank you for being here today. Much appreciated. Thank you to the new subscribers. I also appreciate it. If you're new here, it's your first time here, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell next door so you don't miss anything. But for now, as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you keep shooting, keep smiling. Bye for now.